Hello, Tashidele to everyone. Welcome back, learning basic Tibetan language grammar. Today we are in part 25. So in previous video we have learned Namye Tangbu Ngo Tsamtemba Dan Charsong. And today we are going to learn Namye Nipa Lesu Chawa. Let's go in detail. Namye Nipa Lesu Chawa. The second case is called the accusative case. So here is the definition. What is the meaning of the second case is called the accusative case is Jawe Yula Jawa Cheba Zor Tembe Ladin Chengi Namyela Nipa Lesu Chawa Ser. So the second Namye Nipa always has to have the object and the action. So when we make a sentence, when there is an action toward the object, that's become a Nami Nipa category. Okay, the second case. So here is Zor mean is main, Tembe is indicate. What indicate? The action, the mainly indicating the action or activity, something that performed toward the object. Okay, and now it's Ladin Chengi Namye. So now is something like you have to know that here's a Ladin Chen Namyela Nipa Lesu Chawas. So it seems like the Ladin is taking very important rule, or kind of like a really specific that we're going to learn later. Okay, and Namye Nipa Lesu Chawa is the same thing. This is the second case. It's called the accusative case. Ser is called. For example, we're going to demonstrate the sentences. For example, here Be is Tibet, do is kind of Ladin particle. Okay, we will come later. And do is the actions, action or activities. Okay, so that means is go to Tibet. So that means is Be or Tibet is the object, and do is action. Do or go, okay, the action toward the object. So now, in order to make this sentence make more clear, we have to have this Ladin gi te. Here is Ladin gi te dun, the 7 Ladin particle or preposition that we have to keep in our mind. What are they? They are su, ra, ru, du, na, la, tu. So this 7 letter called Ladin gi te dun. So why is this called the Ladin te dun? Why it has to be Ladin? Because this 7 a preposition or particle, right? And when this 7 or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of this letter has to follow after the certain suffix, you cannot go wherever you want, right? But Ladin can go everywhere, wherever they want. For example, here, like now you can see this preposition of Ladin is do, this one, right? But I can use la. This preposition la I can use here. Doesn't have to follow after the suffix. Bela do, I can use this one, but you cannot use it. Besu do, bera do, beru do. You cannot use this one. But do has to follow after suffix da. Okay, so that why is Ladin pretty much can substitute any preposition or particle of this Ladin. So that's why Ladin is the boss. Okay, so let's go more detail. Okay, so Namye is more like trying to separate or sort out from the be, you see, be from other, not to confuse. That's always we have to keep Namye. What the Namye meaning is trying to separate two things that is a be is clearly that we understand is one specific country, right? And then it doesn't is saying the other country like India, China, or America, Africa. It's a be is one. So how they separate from the China, from Tibet, from the Africa, the America. So it's like be is already that kind of sounds, and then it's called the Namye, whatever is the Namye. Okay, so of course there are more Namye to go more to discover. Let's go more detail another sentences. So now here we have to learn is Ladin Tibetan. So there are 7 Ladin particle or preposition, whatever you call, which are su, ra, ru, du, na, la, tu. So this how we can use is they have to follow after the suffix. Okay, and of course this is a Yangjuk ni tasa and Jenjuk 10 suffix. There are 10 ka, nga, ta, na, pa, ma, a, ra, la, sa. There are 10. So for example, if I'm going to use this Ladin particle preposition after suffix sa, always what is the particle? Su. Only this one. You cannot use ra, ru, du, na, tu. Okay, but you can use la. La is the boss. Okay, and now is next one is, for example, now suffix ka and pa and dakta is referring to Yangjuk ta. This one, okay, second suffix letter ta is the dakta. Okay, what you have to use is here Ladin particle preposition tu. Only two, okay? Ka, pa, tak, ta is a Yangjuk ta, okay? You can use only ta shape tu, this one. Or you can use na, du, ru, ra, su. You cannot use this of none of them. Only tu, ta shape tu, okay? That is the rule. And now suffix nga, ta, na, ma, ra, la, after those suffix letter you can use dash you do, okay? Or you cannot use other like a ru, ra, su, na, or tu, okay? Only you can use, and la is optional, always remember. And now is suffix ha and ra. Ha and ra, you can use which one? Rashab ru, okay? So this is only you can use. You cannot use other. So they have to follow according to the suffix letter. Okay, let's go with the example of sentence. For example here, Kyagar is a India. Okay, India. Do is a to. Okay, do is go. Kyagar to do, go to India. So now you can see here, this is the suffix ra, after the suffix ra, what kind of particle or preposition of Ladin can use is ra. Where here? What particle I can use? Do. Why? Because of this suffix ra here. This ra, I can use this one. So that is the correct one. You cannot use tashabyu tu or sashabyu su or other you cannot use like ra. Okay, only you can use is do. This is the right one. So we have to keep in mind. Once you keep in mind, easy. The next one is Payul. Do. Payul is the Nepal. Do is Ladin particle or preposition do. Do is go. Payul do. Go to Nepal. So now you can see that this la is here. You see? After the suffix la, you can use this one. So it's very, once you get the idea, it's very simple. So next one, duk to do. Duk is a Bhutan. Tu is particle or preposition of Ladin tashabyu tu. Okay, and do is go. So now look at here. Why I have to use this Ladin particle or preposition to? Because of, look at here, suffix ka and pa and takta. Takta is a second suffix ta. Okay, always remember. After, what kind of Ladin particle or preposition I can use is tashabyu tu. Here, ka and pa. What I can see here is ka. After the suffix ka, I have to use Ladin particle preposition, whatever, tashabyu tu. Okay, the rule is clearly here, so that way you don't confuse. Duk to do. Go to Bhutan. And next one is Kyanak to do. That means Kyanak is China. Do is to. Ladin particle preposition. Go is do. Kyanak to do. So now it's very similar. Look at here. This is suffix ka. After the suffix ka, what kind of preposition I can use? Tashabyu tu. Ladin preposition to. Okay, here. Why I can use? Because of the rule. Ka, pa, takta. Takta is second suffix ta. Okay. After those, I can use this preposition tashabyu tu. Kyanak to do. Go to China. Okay. So that is how we have to remember. So it's not really confused once we know the rule. Okay. But first time it's going to be a little bit confused, headache. But once we learn, it's going to be easy. We will make more sentences. Okay. But this is just beginning. The next one, look at here. Ari, ru, do. Ari is America. Ru is to. Do is go. Ari, ru, do. Go to America. So now you can see here, when you look at this is very important. Ari, there is no suffix at all, right? When there is no suffix at all, or if there is a suffix ha, or if there is no suffix at all, you can use ra and ru. This ra and ru. Okay. And for example, here is same thing, ari la do. So now I can use la that I have mentioned before. Ladin can use ari la do, payul la do, pe la do. La can be substituted anywhere. So that's why La is the boss. It's kind of like free agent. It can go anywhere. So that's why it's like it's a very optional, and it is earned big name, and that's why I call this one a Ladin gi Tibetan. Okay, why is Ladin called Ladin? Can be used any substitute. Okay, and that is just like Ladin preposition. It's just like pre-agent, can go anywhere, wherever they want. So now this is the what we are talking about is Ladin. Ladin gi Tibetan is like a Ladin particle or preposition. There are 7 Ladin particle or preposition that we have to keep in mind, and it has its own what it called is a rule that we have to keep in mind is this one, sa su. This is the suffix sa after the Ladin preposition or particle. This one you can use ka, ba, and taktar. Ka, ba is a suffix, takta is a second suffix of ta, this one. Okay, and of course sa you can use same thing. It doesn't matter it's a suffix or second suffix, whatever there is a sa, it's always come this. Okay, and then nga, ma, nga, ta, na, ma, ra, la, after those suffix later always this ta Latin particle, ta shall be tu. Okay, this one tu particle. And when there is a suffix ha, and there is no at all ra, like in this one there is no suffix at all, this ra and ru. Okay, this only these two can use. So these are we have to keep in mind. And the other thing is we have to remember is the object and the actions. This has to come together, and then it become a second case of nami nipa. Okay, the always we were ari is as a object, and ru is a Latin preposition, do is action. So whenever the sentence, it has to complete this string, and that is what we call namye nipa. So in order to make sense this ari and a do, we have to have this Latin preposition, otherwise it doesn't make sense. The definition of Latin mean is just a word later when they put together, then like the verb, the words together, it makes sense. That is what is called make. Otherwise it just leave alone, it doesn't make sense. So these are we have to keep in mind, and then of course we will come more detail and more sentences, so this will make more sense. Okay, so this is just starting, and keep in mind, and we will keep moving more sentences, and of course we will have the more namye to come, more discuss will be going on and on. Okay, and then I will see you in next video, and don't forget to download PDF file.